Welcome to the Horse Talk Show.
You never heard of a talking horse?
With your host, Louisa Barton.
I want to be a famous rider. I should like to race.
Presented by Peterson and Smith Equine Hospital.
Truth is, I help horses with people problems.
Now here's the Brit on the bit, Louisa Barton.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
The Larson family has been farming hay in Idaho for generations with a mission to always provide high-quality hay products at a fair and reasonable price. Larson Hay loves to meet new customers while always honouring the ones they already have. Find Larson Hay on the web at larsonhay.com, like them on Facebook, and definitely visit one of their locations. Larson Hay, Idaho's finest alfalfa, and our television broadcast sponsor.
Thank you for joining us this week on the Horse Talk Show, presented by Peterson and Smith Equine Hospital and Complete Care. Thank you to Larson Farms, our broadcast sponsor, Idaho's finest alfalfa. I'm Louisa Barton in the studio. Got a couple of guest co-hosts this week who are also going to be guests on the show that we're going to interview later on. I have got Brooke Cozier here from Leopold Cole. Brooke, it's lovely to see you. I don't know how many years it is since I've seen you, but it's been a while.
Like 6, yeah.
Is it really
Yeah.
that long? It's too long. That's terrible. We have no excuse, do we?
I know.
And then my new friend here, Archie Macauley. Got a bit of a nice accent too. And we're going to be chatting a little bit about the Florida Steeplechase later on, which I'm rather excited about. It's like bringing a bit of Britain over here.
It is, yeah. It's going to be very exciting.
I think it'll be a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to that. So we got a great lineup for you. We're going to be chatting to both of them later on. But I want to start off with the news. And the news this week, unfortunately, is very sad news. And that is that Florida-bred Medina Spirit passed away on the track in Santa Anita yesterday morning. That was Monday. And he had to work and collapsed, and of course he was bred just up the road from where I live by my friend Gail Rice, and our prayers and thoughts go out to her and to the Baffert team and to the owner of the horse, Amar Sedan, who I've got to know very well over the past year. And it's very, very sad, and we have a little tribute, I think, here coming up for you to Medina Spirit. So I'm very glad that Gigi played for that for me before the show, so that I didn't lose it during the show. And that was Gail Rice in the tribute. And dear friend was actually with me when my horse was very sick this year. And really, a lot of prayers and thoughts go out to her. She's very strong, and she's doing very well, but very sad because, of course, she delivered him, and she was his breeder here in Ocala. So it's a bit of a sad day in racing. Of course, he won the Derby this year, and then he ran second in the Breeders' Cup Classic and ran a heck of a race behind Nick Sco. And as Nick DeMerick said to me this morning, it's nothing to be ashamed of to run second to Nick Sco, and he ran an incredible race in the Classic. And actually at the end, his jockey John Velasquez actually walked past us and said to Gail, he came out of the gate really, really slow. He had a slow start, which he'd never done before. And that put him behind a bit in the beginning. And he was actually looking like he was catching up at the end. And a couple of people said, well, if he had another furlong, you never know.
He might have got there.
He might have got that, yeah. So,
Just an amazing horse.
Oh, incredible. And a $1,000 yearling, $35,000 2-year-old.
Wow.
Won the Kentucky Derby, and they called him the little horse
Yeah.
because they didn't think he could beat any of the big horses. And I think he surprised Bob Baffert when he started showing up, winning Grade 1s, and then ran such an incredible race in the Classic. Nick Sco's got the most points on the Longines in the United States of America, and he's in the top 5 horses in the world, and Medina ran second to him. So really incredible horse, and one that's going to certainly be missed by all. So, and Humberto Gomez, who is his regular exercise rider, is a very, very good friend of ours, and he actually was not on him because it was Breeze Day, and I'm so glad he wasn't, because Humberto's got a heart of gold, and he would just have absolutely been devastated if he'd been riding him. But he was standing with me for the Breeders' Cup Classic, and he was standing behind me, and the whole time he's going, telling Johnny what to do, and I can hear him. He's telling Johnny V what to do, and I can hear him. I turn around and say, how was that ride, Humberto? Because it was like he rode him. You know, it was, when you ride a horse every day, I guess you get used to him. So anyway, it's a very sad time. Some mentions of some events coming up. We have some posters we're going to put up here for you, of course, at the Florida Horse Park this weekend. 7 disciplines for OTTBs. We love it when we get to see the thoroughbreds achieving and accomplishing post the racetrack. So that's a wonderful event. The Florida Thoroughbred Expo, Laureen Lockhart does a fantastic job at that, and you get to see the thoroughbreds accomplishing all sorts of other things at the Florida Horse Park. We love the Florida Horse Park. It's such a great place to have a show. Also, the most popular trail riding show on television, that has been on television for 15 years on RFD TV, is coming here in February. They're doing a ride. They'll be here February 11th through the 14th, and there'll be a fun night Friday night at the campsite. There'll be a Valentine's Day Cowboy Ball Saturday night, and there'll be 2 rides. And the telephone number is on this flyer. If it's too small and you can't read it, just message us and we'll send you the information over. But Del Shields, who is the host of that show, rides all over the United States of America in all sorts of wonderful places to showcase just how beautiful they are. So Del will get to show off the Greenway trails with the group, and that Valentine's Day ball will actually be on the 12th. Horsemanship classes are going to be available starting in January. The Equine Industry Academy of Ocala will be open, and you will be able to go there and learn how to be a groom, how to handle horses, basic horsemanship skills. And we're really excited about having this in Ocala because we think it's really needed. People want to have an opportunity to learn all the proper safety techniques around horses, and just really the basics for any career, whether you want to be a groom, you want to be a show steward, if you want to work in the horse world, this will be a great opportunity for you to learn hands-on. And don't forget that in January, also at the Florida Horse Park, our friend Bill Worthington, who was here last week on the show, will be back with air show jumping in its 3rd year. He started this right before COVID started, and couldn't even have spectators last year, and has been hugely successful with this event. And it's a very boutique horse show, very nice one to attend, 5th to the 9th of January and 12th to the 16th also. So the 2 weekends that HITS is not competing. So that's a wonderful show. Come down and watch. You'll really enjoy it. If you're listening on Tuesday, the 7th, tomorrow is the 8th, and we'll be at Christmas at Kimberden for the Chamber and Economic Partnerships Equine Initiative and Equine 101, presented by Piranha. This will be a Christmas celebration, an opportunity to learn about Kimmy Carp's horse country tours, and also to get a tour of Kimberden, meet the horses, and learn about all the programs they have at Kimberden Farm. Refreshments provided by Florence and the Travellers, sponsored by Loco Graphics. So we hope you'll come down. That's December 8th at 2 o'clock. And while we're on the subject of Piranha, before we go to break, you get Piranha goodies for coming in.
Oh boy.
Look at that.
You got a bag of
Thank you very
goodies.
much.
Thank you.
So we hope you enjoy
Fantastic.
those. Get to try some of those things maybe that you
Thank
haven't
you.
tried before. We love Piranha, great product.
We do too.
Yeah, they're wonderful. You need them here, don't you? We'll be back in just a few minutes on the Horse Talk Show with Dr. Cayot. We're going to talk about heart attacks in horses. Stay with us.
This show is brought to you in part by DAC Vitamins and Minerals of Florida. All horses need a solid immune system, excellent joint support, a healthy gut, and DAC has all the vitamins and minerals they need with the NASC stamp of approval. So like them on Facebook now or go to feeddac.com. DAC, it makes a world of difference.
With over 70 years of collective experience in the horse industry, Lip Chip was built with integrity by horsemen for horsemen. Introducing the Chip Link system, powered by Lip Chip, where a 15-digit unique ID becomes a key to unlock not only identity, but also health paperwork, owner information, and even photos of each horse. So simple, even a child can do it. The future is here. The future is Lip Chip.
Enhance your horse's performance, fitness, strength, and rehabilitation with state-of-the-art equipment. ETI treadmills offer the finest European engineering, the highest quality filtration, and no chemicals are required. Follow Equine Therapy International on social media or at equinetherapyint.com. Equine Therapy International provides technologically advanced therapy for horses worldwide.
Hi, this is Hall of Fame jockey Mike Smith. You're listening to the Horse Talk Show.
Back on the second segment of the Horse Talk Show, presented by Peterson and Smith Equine Hospital and Complete Care. Thank you to Larson Farms, our broadcast sponsor, Idaho's finest alfalfa. I'm Louisa Barton, in studio a couple of guests this week. I have Brooke Cozier from Leopold Cole, and also Archie Macauley is here from the Florida Steeple Chase. And on the phone, we have Dr. Adam Cayot joining us from Peterson and Smith. How are you, Dr. Cayot?
I'm well, thank you.
You probably knew right away what I was going to ask you to talk about today, because sadly Medina Spirit passed away yesterday, and we were all very upset about it. But it made me think about how many people maybe don't really understand what happened to him. Well, and certainly we don't know that yet until a necropsy, but they think it looked like, he collapsed and had a heart attack of some sort. But I was interested with the research that I did to find that heart attacks in horses are not anything like heart attacks in people.
That's right. Yeah, so heart attacks in people are generally caused by blockage to, of the blood vessels to one of the heart muscles or the heart muscles in people. And so that muscle then is no longer fed by the blood, and so then that muscle dies or is goes into spasm, and you can have obviously issues with that. That generally doesn't happen with horses. We don't really have to worry about too much cholesterol. They don't eat too much fast food and all those sorts of things.
Yeah, being a herbivore helps, right?
Exactly. So typically when we say a heart attack in a horse, it's generally caused by some catastrophic failure, either an artery burst or a valve burst in the heart, and thus obviously the blood's not pumped as it's supposed to be, and you can have a catastrophic event like happened there. And it'll be interesting to see what exactly they do find on necropsy, and generally those things, diagnosing those issues are hard.
Yes, I read it's very elusive, right?
Yeah,
very hard.
It's hard. Horses are obviously large animals. Dogs and cats, as far as the veterinary world go, is a lot easier to take radiographs and see some of these things. Horses, because of their size, it's limiting. We don't have the X-ray technology to blast all the way through that big body, right. And so that puts us at a little bit of a disadvantage. And then you can do echocardiograms and electrocardiograms and things like that, and you can ultrasound some parts of the heart. But it's, vision is limited because of the ribs. The ribs are big. They're in the way. Ultrasound does not penetrate through bone, so you can't really see that. And obviously putting a horse in a CT scan or something like that doesn't really exist because of their size. So these things, unfortunately, can go undiagnosed, even if, let's say he had a bit of an aneurysm of the aorta or something along those lines. Those things can go unnoticed and undiagnosed for a long period of time. And obviously, if a horse has that, you're just hoping something like this doesn't happen and they are able to make it. But, it does happen. It's not, it's pretty uncommon, thankfully. But.
And the other thing that I read that I hadn't really thought about was if you did an echocardiogram on a horse right before a race or right before a work or a breeze, he wouldn't have just worked. And if he hadn't just worked, the echocardiogram actually might show nothing, because these types of things are sudden and catastrophic with no warning. So you probably wouldn't get a reading of any sort of a problem prior to a race, because prior to a race, a horse didn't just race.
That's true, because obviously during a race or during strenuous exercise, the blood pressure is going to be much higher. The heart's going to be pumping much more aggressively, and so you're going to have those changes that occur during exercise that you wouldn't necessarily see with the horse just resting in the stall, or even light exercise. I mean, you got to think about these horses are, working at maximum capacity a lot of times, so they don't have any more to give unless they're just out for a leisurely hack or jog or whatever, so
that's what my horses do. They have the life.
So and it's very hard to obviously assess cardiac output like that when you have a horse that's, breezing and galloping to the fullest extent. So it really makes it, really makes it darn near impossible to avoid these events.
It's definitely much more difficult. Everything with large animals is much more difficult than small animal. Makes you wonder why so many people opt for being small animal. Dr. Cayot, you got all the challenges.
Yeah, exactly. We talked about that a few weeks ago about all that. But yeah, it's it's hard, and there are limitations. Even 2021 and all the advances that we've made in medicine, there's still limitations with good old size and what we're dealing with and how we try to come to conclusions and find things and it's still elusive in a lot of ways.
It certainly is. I mean, I can think of occasions in show jumping and eventing that horses have come out after the end of a great round where they did really well, they competed really well, and everything looked completely fine, and they came out from the ring, and you don't hear about it as much in other sports as you do in racing, because racing always hits the front page. Well,
certainly,
you do hear of it, and it's usually a huge surprise to whoever is out there jumping the round. The horse jumped great and and fast and everything seemed like nothing was wrong, and then boom, just like that, it's a no warning thing.
Yeah, no, exactly. It does happen. Like I said, luckily it's not very common, but it certainly happens in all those types of disciplines where a horse is putting maximum output. Obviously with Medina Spirit, Kentucky Derby winner, he's came in second, Breeders' Cup, so he's obviously a big name, and so that's going to get a lot of people's attention, but it does happen. Like I said, luckily not real common, but not unheard of, certainly.
On the other end of the spectrum with heart things, on murmurs and things like that, are they very hard to recognize or know that when a horse has those, or are they easier to identify?
Well, they tend to be a little easier to identify because a lot of times you can hear them, and it's not at all uncommon for horses to have a bit of a murmur when they're at rest, and it's just a matter of grades, because then once they exercise, the heart pumps a lot more efficiently, and that murmur will actually go away a lot of times. So a lot of times, just a murmur in a horse is not a huge concern unless it's a severe grade. Then you can kind of evaluate that more. But a lot of times you can actually just hear those by auscultating the heart, and then you can investigate a little bit deeper. And a lot of times you can see those things a little bit with ultrasound, and kind of figure out exactly what's going on and what kind of risk you have there. But certainly, if the murmur is bad enough, then that can lead to performance, performance issues. Exactly.
Thank you, Dr. Cayot. I had a lot of people asking me questions about horses and heart attacks, so I thought it'd be good if we shared a little bit of what happened, and certainly our prayers and thoughts and with all those connected to Medina Spirit. So thank you, Dr. Cayot.
You bet.
We'll talk to you next week. Yes, thank you.
Sounds good. Bye.
We'll be back in just a few minutes on the Horse Talk Show. We're going to talk to Brooke. We've got lots of questions for her. Stay with us.
Thank you to our presenting sponsor, Peterson and Smith Equine Hospital and Complete Care, and Larson Hay, our broadcast and television sponsor, plus supporting sponsors, DAC Vitamins and Minerals, Seminole Feed Stores, Piranha, TT Distributors, and the Hilton Garden Inn, downtown Louisville. Peterson and Smith Equine Hospital and Complete Care seeks to be a leading international veterinary practice that provides state-of-the-art veterinary care to their patients while fostering professional relationships with their clients that stand the test of time. For 24/7 and the best in equine care, check out Peterson and Smith at petersonsmith.com or like them on Facebook now for more information.
This show is brought to you in part by Seminole Feed Stores, family owned since 1934. Manufacturing fixed formula horse feeds with mindful monitoring and quality ingredients right here in Ocala in an all-natural, non-medicated feed mill. Seminole Feed, simply the world's best and safest feed. Like them on Facebook now or find them at SeminoleFeed.com.
Horses. Piranha! Oh no! Oh, the humanity! Oh, piranha.
Hi, this is Hall of Fame jockey Mike Smith. You're listening to the Horse Talk Show.
Back on the third segment of the Horse Talk Show, presented by Peterson and Smith Equine Hospital and Complete Care. Thank you to Larson Farms, our TV broadcast sponsor, Idaho's finest alfalfa. I'm Louise Abbott in the studio with Brooke Cozier from Leopold Cole. And I also have Archie with me in the Florida Steeplechase. And we're going to be chatting to him and Jessie after this segment. But Brooke, first of all, like you said, I haven't seen you for like 6 years, which is just terrible.
Yes.
We should both be ashamed of ourselves.
Yes, well, I remember you came to my 30th birthday party.
I did, didn't
yes,
I?
Yes, you did.
How long ago was that?
10 years ago.
No.
Great, so let's age me on camera.
Yes. Well, it's a good thing you only live 25 then, isn't it? So tell us about, this is very interesting, Leopold Cole. Yes. I love the name because it sounds posh.
Yes.
Tell us about the name.
So Leopold is, so the Leopold portion comes from a horse that I have named Leopold Lowenhertz, who is the world's best horse on the planet.
Ah.
He was my prelim 3-day eventer. Well, that's actually my stallion. That's not Leopold. But there is I did put up a picture of
He's gorgeous
Leopold.
too.
That's my stallion. That's There's Leopold.
Oh, he's a beauty.
He sure is.
So he was my prelim 3-day eventer turned show jumper. When I switched to there he is. There's Leopold. I've had him 17 years now. He's 22. I imported him from Germany many moons ago. There's my stallion. Yeah, there's my dumpling.
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
Wow.
Anyway, so I've always adored the name Leopold. Like I just think he has the best name.
That is a lovely name.
Yeah. So Leopold, and then Cole was. I shouldn't say the best dog because we got Henry. From you.
Can't be the best.
But actually, Cole was the best dog we have ever had ever. He was a little Corgi Chihuahua mix, and he just died last year.
Aww.
And so we named the farm after him, which was Cole Brook Farm.
Right.
And then I thought, well, we should name the company the world's best horse and the world's best dog.
You think she likes animals? That's a good reason to go visit her.
Yeah. So, and we do plan on carrying in the future some dog products. So it will make sense more in the future why we did add Cole to the name.
I think that's lovely that you attribute your business to your four-legged family.
Yeah.
I think that's really
They're the best,
nice.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about Leopold Cole. And you feel free, Archie, if you have a question.
Just jump right in there.
I will. I'll
Just
jump in.
right in.
No problem.
So the whole premise is to just offer high quality tack at affordable pricing. Our slogan is premium tack at premium savings. It did begin as just leather goods. We did launch in August, and we are very quickly adding products as we go. And basically what I want to do is listen to the consumer. So people are telling me what they find expensive, and then I'm going and trying to get it for them at a really good price. And if I can do it, I'll do it. So the next product that we're going to be offering is jumping boots. And so it's going to be like there they are there. The neoprene
Great timing.
liner. Yeah, great timing. The neoprene lining with the harder shell outside. And we're going to do the Velcro and then also the quick release. So they're going to be available like in the next couple of weeks. Like they're shipped, they're on their way to me now. So we have those, and that will be our next product that we launch. And then sort of maybe 2-3 months from now, we're going to do saddle pads, fly masks, and then in the springtime, I've actually invented another product. This is actually a patentable product for dogs, which I can't quite say what it is yet.
I like the sound of
but
this.
It will also be.
Tell me after.
It will also be launching. It has its own name. It's called Cover Seal. but it's for your dog, and it will be, it's going to be made in America, and it's, the manufacturer and I are back and forth right now, but it will be hopefully ready to sell by like April or May. So it will be launching through the website as well, and I'm shocked that nobody's ever thought of it, but anyway, here we are, and I think it will be super popular, and it's super useful and helpful, and that will be...
Super curious right now, aren't you?
That will be our very first dog product that we will offer for the Cole portion of it all.
The Cole portion, yes.
And then I want to offer, again, unique things. I think for the dog end of it all, unique collars and leashes that you may not normally see everywhere. I don't want to offer what everyone else is offering.
You want something a little different.
Yeah, a little different, but the whole premise of high quality but affordable. Because I think
those two things don't normally.
Well, I just think all
side by side.
Yeah,
it's normally either high quality and terribly expensive, or rubbish and cheap.
Yeah, it falls apart in a month. So, I think that this sport is expensive enough, and even if you own a backyard horse that you don't ride, it's expensive. I mean, horses are just so expensive to have. It doesn't matter what you do with them. No, it really doesn't.
No,
I mean, just to feed them, like it's just and the vet and the farrier, and like they're just so expensive that I was just trying
to make it easier for people.
Yeah, because our bridles are $249, $59, $69, $79, $89. I think the most expensive one we have is $289, and our anatomic girths are $179, $189, and our belly guard girths are $279, $289, and a lot of those things that you find are double that.
Yes.
So.
Now talk to us a little bit about something I read, which I really liked.
Yes.
Which was how you take some of your incoming funds and donate.
Yes. Well, okay, so I was raised with our own foundation, the Cozier Foundation, which my dad played in the NHL. He was a goalie in the NHL, which is the National Hockey League for horse people who don't know what that is. And so he was very philanthropic and always wanted to give back to the community. And so my whole childhood, we were raised to and taught to give back. And so the Cozier Foundation was, we gave back to underprivileged children, and we provided a hockey camp for them to learn how to skate, and we gave them, food and equipment and paid for their schooling and all of that. So I thought that if I was going to launch my own company, that I should and wanted to do the same for the horse community. So we have the Leopold Cole Foundation, which you can read about on our website, and $1 of every item sold goes into the foundation, and that money will go towards paying for any type of unexpected emergency surgery that your horse may need. So a colic, they impale themselves on the fence, like whatever it is that's an emergency, and you rush off to the hospital and they say it's going to be $8,000, and you're standing there and you're like, I don't have $8,000, and they're like, well, too bad, so sad. Like, we'll step in and help you pay for it.
It's incredible.
So,
it's excellent.
Yeah. Isn't that awesome?
Good
I
for
love
you.
that.
Yeah.
I know. When I read that, I thought you don't have to do that.
And you don't have
amazing.
to. Well, and you don't have to be a customer of ours. Like we're going to start. We haven't. We're still building the fund, and I've thrown some money in there to get it started. But we're going to start with some affiliations of the equine hospitals just locally here in Ocala, and so it's for anybody who
needs it.
Yeah, who needs it? And, we'll leave that judgment up to the vet. And, obviously they know their client and if they can afford it or not. And, we know people won't abuse it. So
we only have 1 minute left, so you have to tell us how we find you.
You find us at www.leopoldcole.com.
That's pretty easy. And then you're also doing some local shows and
So
things.
we've just begun to do some pop-up stores. So we just did one at the Venice Horse Show, and then last week we did one at the World Equestrian Center. So you'll just have to sort of pay attention to the website and see where we're going to pop up next.
Brooke, well done.
Thank you.
I'm really proud of you. I love it.
Thank you.
It's excellent.
Yes.
We'll be back in just a few minutes.
On the second half of the show, we're going to chat to Archie and we're going to get Jessica on the line with us as well. So stay with us on the Horse Talk Show.
Equestrians, it's time to take care of yourself as well as you do your horse. So get down to Pulse Center of Ocala. The PEMF wave is safe and it's a therapy that charges your cells and allows them to function at their fullest capacity so you heal much faster. Check them out at pulsecenterfl.com now and tell them you heard about it on the Horse Talk Show for a free demo. World-class equine rehab promoting faster recovery is available at the Equine Performance Center Ocala. Hyperbaric oxygen therapy, an underwater treadmill, a saltwater spa, an aquapacer, magna wave, a vibration plate, swimming pool, massage and laser therapies. With post-surgical care, memberships, packages and BOGOs, EPC delivers a rejuvenated horse through proven and innovative rehab. Like Equine Performance Center now on Facebook and find them on the web at epcrehab.com. The Larson family has been farming hay in Idaho for generations with a mission to always provide high-quality hay products at a fair and reasonable price. Larson Hay loves to meet new customers while always honoring the ones they already have. Find Larson Hay on the web at larsonhay.com, like them on Facebook, and definitely visit one of their locations. Larson Hay, Idaho's finest alfalfa, and our television broadcast sponsor.
Welcome back to the Horse Talk Show.
You never heard of a talking horse? Well, listen to this.
With your host, Louisa Barton.
What does it feel like to be in love with a horse?
Presented by Palm Chevrolet, your hometown Chevy experience.
Back in the saddle again.
Now, here's your pretty Louisa Barton.
You're fab. You're switched on. You're a bit of all right. Yes. Yeah, baby. Yeah.
Back on the second half of the Horse Talk Show, presented by Palm Chevrolet, your hometown Chevy experience. Thank you to Larson Farms, our TV broadcast sponsor, Idaho's finest alfalfa. Brooke stayed, so we didn't scare her off yet. That's pretty good. I got Brooke Cozier here with Leopold Cole and Archie Macauley here with the Florida Steeplechase. And also, Jessica Berry is joining us on VMix Video. We should be able to pop her up here in a minute. We did have a trial earlier, so we're going to hope for the best.
There we go.
Oh, look at that. She is. Hello. So, Archie reached out to me recently, probably just a week or so ago. We make things happen really fast here in Florida.
We do, yeah. It's been fast moving.
Fast moving. So he talked to me about doing the Florida Steeplechase at the Florida Horse Park. And I thought it was a bit exciting, and I thought it sounded like a bit of British fun. And so I said, it might be nice to have you a guest on the show and talk a bit about it. And so far, he's been impressed with sponsors' videos and said so. Not bad.
I'm easily pleased, I guess.
Oh, don't say that. I was feeling really chuffed about that. So both of you have very interesting backgrounds. I like to spend this segment telling listeners a bit about you. And Jessica, you did the Godolphin Flying Start program, and I've done quite a bit of traveling and worked for Team Valor. Tell us a little bit about kind of coming up and learning about everything you needed to know in the horse world.
Well, the Flying Start was She's really long. So all around the world,
Jesse, you might have to turn your volume up on your end a little bit. We can hear you, but it's kind of low. So if you have a bit of volume there, you can switch up for us.
Mine's all the way up, but I'll scoot closer.
Oh, is it? Okay, come closer. There you go.
All right.
Let's try that.
All right, so I did the Flying Start, which was huge for everything I've been able to achieve. For people who don't know, the Godolphin Flying Start is a 2-year thoroughbred industry program. You spend time in England, Ireland, Australia, the US, and Dubai. The benefactor of the program is Muhammad of Dubai, and you learn all about the thoroughbred racing industry. I was incredibly lucky to be accepted on the course, and immediately after graduating, I went to work for Team Valor, which is an international racing syndicate, and I spent 3 years with them, which was also a wonderful time of my life and a great learning experience. And this past August, I went out with Archie. We've gone out on our own, and now we have our own bloodstock agency, and we're starting up the Steeple Chase.
Pretty awesome. Archie, tell us a bit about your background. Irish chap.
Yeah. A long way from there now.
Yeah, somewhere I've actually never been. I'd love to go.
Oh, you got to go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I grew up in Ireland on a farm, rode horses all my life. It's pretty much since I could walk, like a lot of kids out in the countryside in Ireland would. You know, you live and breathe horses. And then I went to school and kept riding away, and then I turned 18 and I made the mistake of starting riding racehorses. Anyway, I kept riding racehorses through college and rode some races and traveled the world doing it. Went to Australia, Canada, here, the UK too. I mean, it was amazing. Racing's taken me all around the world. And then when I finished university, I was convinced to come back to America and come ride in races professionally. So that's what I did for 3 years. And now I don't ride so much anymore because of weight issues and time and commitment. And we were down here in Florida. So we started our bloodstock agency, which has been going amazingly well. And now we've been doing the steeplechase. So it's exciting. It's a lot of stress and a lot of pressure, but I'm really, really excited about it.
Yeah, absolutely, for sure. Tell us a bit about the bloodstock part of what you do, and where are you buying your horses, and where are you selling your horses, and are you bringing them from overseas, and what do you see as kind of some of the bucket list goals for that?
Well, so we've been buying horses in England. Jessie was in Newmarket for the sales over there, and then obviously Keeneland too.
My uncle's in Newmarket.
There you go.
Uncle Mick Ryan. He's been there for years.
No way.
Yeah,
there you go. Small world.
Him and my cousin John train race horses there. They have at Cadland for years. And I think my uncle might be semi-retired from training now. And my cousin's doing the training, but he used to be my cousin was a jockey. And actually my uncle's picture's in the museum in Newmarket.
Oh, wow.
Because he's
That's really cool, yeah.
There. Small world.
It really is a small world.
I love Newmarket.
Great town.
What's your uncle's name?
Mick Ryan. Mick and John Ryan. You probably know them. Yes.
I know the name. I don't.
Oh, yeah. I know those people. So tell us a bit about bringing them over. So you're bringing them over here to America.
Well, so we're buying horses over there. We could be buying them as steeplechasers, yearlings, 2-year-olds, broodmares. Jessie went over there specifically. We were looking for horses in training because there was a horse in training sale to come over here to run on the flat, and then a couple to run the steeplechases. And we actually ended up buying one jumper that's staying to run in England. So you never know what they're going to do. And we bought a couple of lovely horses in Keeneland a couple of weeks ago.
Love Keeneland.
One really nice broodmare who's now up in New York, and things are going really, really well.
So you're going to be breeding, buying, selling, racing.
We
in
ourselves.
Your spare time.
Yeah. We don't have a lot of spare time right now.
No, none at all. So tell us about bringing a steeplechase to Florida and what started that idea. And I think you were thinking of doing it before COVID even.
Yes, we were. When I was still working and riding races full time, we looked at Kentucky first, and we said, "There's no steeplechase. There used to be 3 meets, and why don't they have them here anymore?" And we thought that was a real shame, and we looked for somewhere to do it, and we couldn't really find a kind of a suitable location. And through an eventing friend of ours, Buck Davidson, who comes down here in the winter, he put us in contact with Jason Reynolds, and we went to the last meet in Charleston, South Carolina. It was an absolutely beautiful steeplechase meet up there. We drove down, we stopped at the horse park, and we were like, this is the perfect place, and we need to do it here. This is, Ocala is the horse capital of the world, and we have to bring steeplechasing here. It could be such a fun event for people to come and get exposed to a great sport. It did originate in the first steeplechase was run in Ireland, but steeplechasing is actually quite tightly knit in American history. The first recorded steeplechase in a journal was in 1834, I think. And
yes, 1834. You're spot on.
Yeah, and steeplechasing is ingrained in American history.
How about that, Jason Reynolds? He's actually listening, I'm sure, because he gets mentioned every week on the Horse Talk Show. He's becoming quite famous, Jason. See, you got mentioned again. You're such a great chap to work with. Everybody.
He certainly is.
Isn't he? Everybody that gets to meet him and deal with him and have events there says the same thing, that he's just easy to deal with. Great guy. So hi, Jason. I know you're listening. We'll be back in just a couple of minutes. We have to take a break, and we're going to talk a bit more about the steeplechase, and Archie's going to tell you what steeplechase is for people who don't know. So stay with us.
Nirvana, Ocala's premier medical spa, is leading the way in great skin with all the newest in treatment options, offering prejuvenation for younger clients and rejuvenation for all ages. Nirvana knows you want to look your very best, but we've all seen people with the telltale signs of too much work. We want you to look like you, just better, brighter and younger, with all the newest and best in technology and all in the most beautiful surroundings. Like Nirvana Medical Spa on Facebook and find them on the web at nirvanamedicalspa.com. Become a better, brighter and younger you.
This hour of the Horse Talk Show is presented by Palm Chevrolet in Ocala, where the entire team is committed to making your experience in sales and service hassle-free and easier than ever with no games or gimmicks. Come in and visit on Southwest College Road or online at palmchevrolet.com. A second-to-none experience with all the amenities. Palm Chevy, find new roads.
Thank you to our presenting sponsor, Palm Chevrolet, and our broadcast and television sponsor, Larson Hay, and also to our supporting sponsors, EquiSafe, Nirvana Medical Spa, Showcase Properties of Central Florida, the Equine Performance and Innovative Center, and Summit Joint Performance. World-class equine rehab promoting faster recovery is available at the Equine Performance Center Ocala. Hyperbaric oxygen therapy, an underwater treadmill, a saltwater spa, an aquapacer, MagnaWave, a vibration plate, swimming pool, massage and laser therapies. With post-surgical care, memberships, packages and BOGOs, EPC delivers a rejuvenated horse through proven and innovative rehab. Like Equine Performance Center now on Facebook and find them on the web at epcrehab.com.
This show is brought to you in part by TT Distributors, dedicated to bringing their customers the largest selection of quality horse supplements, products, and farrier supplies in Florida at affordable prices. Also online at ttdistributors.com.
Hi, this is Hall of Fame jockey Mike Smith. You're listening to the Horse Talk Show.
Back on the Horse Talk Show, presented by Palm Chevrolet, your hometown Chevy experience. Thank you to Larson Farms, our broadcast sponsor, Idaho's finest alfalfa. I'm Louisa Barton in the studio with a friend of mine I haven't seen for a long time, Brooke Cozier. We've been talking about Leopold Cole on the show today. And in the studio, new friend Archie Macauley. And on VMix Video from, where is Jessie?
Jessie is in Boynton Beach.
Boynton Beach. We're probably going to have her back up here on the screen. Here she is. Back on the second segment. I've got a few more questions for you in a minute. We've got to get you really close though to the screen so we can hear you. There you go.
All right.
Tell us first of all, Archie, and let you jump in if you want to. Tell us, for our listeners that don't know what steeplechase is, exactly what it is.
So steeplechasing is like racing you'll see at the what we call the flat track, so Tampa or Gulfstream or wherever, but you're running over jumps. And generally in America, these steeplechase meets are run in locations. They'll run once a year, and it's basically a big party in a field. I guess there's a simple way you can describe it. It's a lot more than that, but if you break it down to something really simple, you could say that. I mean, you got these beautiful animals running around, jumping over fences. It's an incredible spectacle, and it's, I would say, quite different to what you would see on the flat track. And to me, I think it's actually a lot more exciting. It's something to watch. I mean, the horses they're older, they're the most, I mean, what they can do and jump these fences and go the speed they do is just amazing. And like, we're watching this footage here of this horse running a race, and this is a steeplechase meet in North Carolina. And it gives you an excellent idea of the jockey's perspective going around the course. So I wish the sun was shining on this, but it's raining. That's okay.
Looks like England. It's raining. Green grass and rain. That's
now you can see
in England.
This horse is happy as can be. It is pricked.
Yeah.
They love their job.
Yeah. It's definitely a lot more exciting than just flat racing. I mean, it's some
definitely
exciting.
And the races last longer. It's not so, flat racing is so, it's the same thing over. It's so repetitive, same track, same distance, same thing over and over again. But this is totally different. It's every weekend we go and race somewhere different around the country. And what you'll see here, the jockey is just showing the horse the first fence so he knows what he's going to jump. I guess it's a bit like a warm-up in a show ring. You go and jump, but obviously you can't jump the fence. And then there's no starting gate. They have a starting box, and the horses are lining up to go into the starting box here.
How interesting. How fun. I remember going to these with my parents when I was little, but it's been a long time, and we don't have them everywhere around here. There's nowhere else in Florida doing them.
No, not anymore. They used to be, but not anymore.
Do you think that people have lost interest in it in Florida, or do you...
No, I think there hasn't been any horse people down here to run it. There hasn't been any steeplechase horse people. There's plenty of interest if you can run an event. It's just getting somebody to come down. Because Jason would, I mean, he said he's been looking for a while. He's talked to the National Steeplechase Association, and they don't have the manpower to make it happen. And that's why we've come in to run this event.
Wonderful. It's so fun to watch this.
It is amazing to watch.
Now, is it like a sanctioned event?
Yes, this would be sanctioned by the National Steeplechase Association. So this will appear in Equibase and the Daily Racing Form. And our event won't be televised. Some of them are televised on TVG, but ours won't be. It'll just be live streamed to their website.
How exciting and fun that looks.
And we were talking in the break about you going to win a term?
Yes. So, Brooke, you were saying you went to
yes, as a child I went many times. It was great fun.
It's that's a really fun, pretty event in Delaware, and we're going to do something like that. It's going to be a really fun family day out, tailgating. You want to tailgate, you want to go. We got corporate hospitality. We've got the turf club where you can go and you can pay a set amount for a ticket and go and have an open bar and a buffet and have a great time.
Talk on my language here.
We'll throw some live music in there for you. So
Lulu and I will be there.
Absolutely, with bells on. What
that means you guys are in for the first two tickets.
So what can we do to help? And are you still looking for sponsors? Are you looking for vendors? What else do you need to make this event the best it can possibly be?
So I might pass this question on to Jessie if she wants to.
Yes, Jessie, we've still got you with us.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yep, sure can.
Okay.
So what else can we do to help you guys make this a success? What do you need? Sponsors, vendors?
At this stage, we're looking more for sponsors. As we get closer to the event, we're going to nail down, more and more the vendors. We'd love to have vendors there. We'd love to have, vendors there with food and with hats and any kind of like race day hats, and merchandise, any sort of equine related vendors that want to come. We would absolutely love to have them there. But right now, sponsorship is what we're looking for in order to get the ball rolling and get all these things established and get everything set up. So that's where we are right now, and that's.
And
where
do you have levels of sponsorship?
Yes,
We do.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do. We have a packet outlining the levels of sponsorship with a lot of different options. Sponsorship ranges from being a title sponsor of the meet all the way down to just sponsoring an individual race or sponsoring the turf club or sponsoring the owners and trainers and jockey tent. And Archie knows a little bit more about that option if you want to talk to him about it.
Yes, we've got everything sponsorship wise from we've got, you want to be a top corporate sponsor, we can sort out a tent. I mean, we have a whole sponsorship opportunities list of what you can get. Anything from the top, which is the title sponsor. It would be the Florida Steeplechase at the horse park, presented by your brand. And we're going to do all the way from the top, all the way down to, if you just want to sponsor, be what we call a silver level sponsor, which you get a table for 6 in the marquee. I mean, you'll get looked after like kings, and you'll have a sponsorship. You'll be named on our website, and we've got a few other things we're going to do for you through social media at the course to represent your brand.
Very nice. Lovely. And how many races will there be during that day?
I think Jessie had a question there.
Oh, I was going to say, with the sponsors, what we want to do more than anything, because this is the Florida Steeplechase at the Florida Horse Park, which is, a charitable foundation, that's trying to help the local horse community. We want to use vendors and have sponsors from the local community as much as possible, because that's really what it's about, is bringing Steeplechase to Ocala and promoting the sport itself throughout Florida, with the home base of it being Ocala, as Ocala is very much the home for all things horse related in Florida.
Yeah.
It sure is.
We want to make it Ocala's an event. And to that point, we're talking about the races. So what we want to do is run 3 steeplechase races. We want to run 1 or 2 pony races. It'll be a bit of fun.
Oh,
Everybody loves that at the start of the day.
Oh, yes.
So the kids can get involved. And then we want to run a race for Florida breds. So
nice.
A restricted Florida bred flat race.
Nice.
No jumps in that one. So that's how we're going to involve the local community.
That's really nice.
Which would be a nice little extra bit to make it a bit more Ocala,
Yes. Mm-hmm. How fun is that? I think this is super good. I think it's really exciting. I think we need it. I love the fact that it's going to be at the horse park.
I mean, I think it's the only thing Ocala is missing in terms of horse sport.
You've got everything else.
Everything else.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need it.
And you're going to have it March 5th.
Now, bringing in all these hurdles, all these jumps, that's a big endeavour, right?
Not really.
No.
So they all get shipped around the country on a truck. I mean, so you've got steeplechase meets from as far north as Saratoga. They've got steeplechase races at Saratoga, all the way down to the Georgia-Alabama border. And I mean, they did run a meet for a few years in Wellington. So the sport is incredibly spread out. Yeah.
Florida, what's wrong with us?
I know. We've got to get it across the border again.
We have just a second left. We have to go to break, but we're going to keep Archie, Jessie, and we've had you trapped here, Brooke. Anyway, against your wishes. No, I'm just kidding. She's fine. She's having a good time.
A little against my wishes.
Yeah, a little. We'll be back in just a minute. Stay with us, and we'll wrap up last segment of the show.
World-class equine rehab promoting faster recovery is available at the Equine Performance Centre Ocala. Hyperbaric oxygen therapy, an underwater treadmill, a saltwater spa, an aquapacer, MagnaWave, a vibration plate, swimming pool, massage and laser therapies. With post-surgical care, memberships, packages and BOGOs, EPC delivers a rejuvenated horse through proven and innovative rehab. Like Equine Performance Centre now on Facebook and find them on the web at epcrehab.com. Thank you to our presenting sponsor, Palm Chevrolet, and our broadcast and television sponsor, Larson Hay, and also to our supporting sponsors, Equisafe, Nirvana Medical Spa, Showcase Properties of Central Florida, the Equine Performance and Innovative Center, and Summit Joint Performance.
This hour of the Horse Talk Show is presented by Palm Chevrolet in Ocala, where the entire team is committed to making your experience in sales and service hassle-free and easier than ever with no games or gimmicks. Come in and visit on Southwest College Road or online at palmchevrolet.com. A second-to-none experience with all the amenities. Palm Chevy, find new roads. This show is brought to you in part by TT Distributors, dedicated to bringing their customers the largest selection of quality horse supplements, products, and farrier supplies in Florida at affordable prices. Also online at ttdistributors.com.
Hi, this is Hall of Fame jockey Mike Smith. You're listening to the Horse Talk Show.
Back on the last segment of the Horse Talk Show, presented by Palm Chevrolet, your hometown Chevy experience. Thank you to Larson Farms, our broadcast sponsor, Idaho's finest alfalfa. I'm Louisa Barton in the studio. I have Brooke Cozier, who's chatted to us a little bit about Leopold Cole, why, and what she's doing as she grows that, and then the big secret coming out for dogs.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun. Yes, I'm really excited about that. I can't wait actually to hear about it. And also Archie Macauley here in the studio with us. We've been talking about the Florida Steeplechase that Brooke and I are now super excited about.
Super excited about.
Because we're like...
We are so there.
Yes, we are. That is just like good fun. And then on the phone we have Jessie Berry, who is in Boynton Beach, because you have a not very well dog, or?
We do, yeah. We got a sick dog who Jessie's had to stay home, and she's doing an excellent job of looking after.
I'm sorry, what kind of dog?
He's a French bulldog.
Oh no! Oh no!
That's a funny story.
That is a funny story.
The only time in my whole life I've bred a French bulldog.
Yes.
One time she had 5 puppies.
Yes.
And she has
and I got one.
No way.
Yes.
And we still have him, and his name's Henry.
And Henry is a character, isn't he?
Yes, he's a handful, and he's 11 now. 11 years.
Wow.
11 years ago, I got a puppy from Lulu. That's how long.
Stop.
That's how long we've known each other.
How is the time going by like
no,
this?
he's 11.
Don't keep saying that.
I know.
11. Oh my God, you mean I didn't have these laughter lines?
No, me neither. Me neither.
That's terrible. Henry's really cute.
Yeah, it's really cute. I brought pictures for you to see later.
Good. Henry is one of my babies, and I'm not a dog breeder, by the way. It's the only time I
the one and only.
One and only 5, and the vet
Yeah.
is like, what? That's not possible. This is a Frenchie.
So what's your Frenchie's name?
His name is Lorenzo. We call him Enzo.
Lorenzo.
Yeah.
What's wrong with him? Is he not feeling good?
He's got a bad back. Yeah.
Bad back?
Yeah.
And so does Henry right now. We're rehabbing his back, so it's definitely a French bulldog thing.
A French bulldog problem. It's a man-made breed.
Yeah.
That's the problem, unfortunately. But they are the cutest dogs.
I wish we could have got a picture of him. You guys would have loved it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, talk about it's perfect.
Yes.
Yeah.
He has his own Instagram account and everything.
Oh, he does?
Yeah.
What?
We'll have to get the handle off Jessie.
Yeah, what's the handle?
Yeah, what's the handle?
Yeah.
Do tell.
It's low key Lorenzo, low _key _Lorenzo.
You can plug your dog.
We need next week, the beginning of the show, we're going to have Lorenzo on one side of the screen and Henry on the other, so you get to meet them both.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing like a good Frenchie. Bat ears, smush
Well,
face.
yours was Morgan, right?
Morgan.
Yeah,
She
I
was an
remember
angel.
Morgan.
She was so amazing. And the only reason I did the whole breeding thing is because when she passed away, I didn't want to not have another one.
Yeah.
So that's how it came to me. And the vet was like, yeah, you should breed her again. She had 5. I was like, oh no. Fix her. I'm done. That's it. I don't want to take any more risks. It's too scary. The whole procedure's like.
So why does he have his own Instagram?
That's a good question.
Like, does he have like 10,000 followers or?
No, I don't think he does. But
Oh.
he's actually got quite a few followers. To be fair, he's got more followers than me. That's for sure. Yeah.
That's so fun.
Oh
So, website for information on this and for people to reach out to you.
The website is thefloridasteeplechase.com.
That's
Simple.
pretty easy.
Yeah.
That's
Just
fantastic. And people
Just
can.
make sure it's the. Sorry,
Make sure it's
just
the.
make sure it's the. Because
Yeah.
Florida Steeplechase is a different website that we
That's
don't
not
have.
us,
The
yeah.
Florida Steeplechase.
Okay,
Yeah.
so the is very important.
Yeah. Don't forget the V.
Yeah, the. Wonderful. So that's how people can get information on being a vendor, sponsorship.
Yeah. So, we haven't put any of the ticket information up there just yet. It gives you an idea of exactly what the day is, what we're doing. The tickets will be going on sale in the next couple of weeks. I think Jessie knows the exact date.
That's December 22nd.
So December 22nd is when tickets go, and we can see all the different options you have tickets-wise. And like we said, you've got anything from corporate hospitality all the way down to it, tailgate, bring the fam, have a good
some
time.
fun.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. It's like bringing a bit of England over.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fabulous. Well, thank you both. They're going to be with us for the last few minutes of the show, but we want to introduce our newest partner with the show, and we're very excited about having him on board with us to promote his treadmill, which actually has been in existence in England for about 15 years and across the world, but we have one now in Aiken, South Carolina, and really a specialty piece of equipment that doesn't need any chemicals or anything to treat the water, which is amazing. And we're going to share that with you right now. So Alan, if you're listening, thank you for joining us on the show, and it's It's been incredible so far, and I'm really excited to see one of those up and running here in Ocala.
Hi, I'm Alan Davies with Equine Therapy International. Today we're at Engineered Equine Performance celebrating the new Saltwater chilled treadmill. This particular chilled equine saltwater treadmill is a game changer. As you can see, the finest materials are used, the filtration system, coarse, fine filtration, no chemicals. We use UV, ozone, combination of filtration to keep the highest water chemistry standards. Being a saltwater unit, only the finest stainless steel and materials are used. That's important when it comes to longevity and cost of service over the life of the unit. This unit also has integrated massage jets with fine bubbles and coarse air bubbles for the therapy. The control system on this is Siemens industrial grade, top of the line technology, straight from Germany, but also serviceable here in the US.
Really awesome product, and we hopefully will see some of those in Ocala soon. I think people are going to fall in love with them because the difference is incredible, really. So welcome aboard with us, Equine Therapy International. We look forward to working with you and helping to spread the word about the treadmill. So we're almost at the end of the show. How many minutes do we have left, Gigi? We've got a couple more, too. I just want to mention Mini Horse Mighty Hope. And these are our friends from Gentle Carousel Miniature Therapy Horses. And this book is an absolutely amazing idea for a Christmas present. So if you're out of ideas for someone and you want some heartwarming true stories about healing, hope, and mini horses, this is a great choice for Christmas, which is just around the corner. These folks visit nearly 30,000 dying children and adults per year in a range of hospital, rehab, hospice, some taking their literally last few breaths, and they take miniature horses in to visit these people, and it's really life-changing for them, especially if they're at the end of life. So they have Magic, who is the only living one of the top 10 most heroic animals in the history of the world, and they don't charge anything for their services. They're a 501c3, and they just do this out of the goodness of their hearts. So everything you can do to help them towards the end of the year is wonderful, and enjoying this book and sharing this book. And they're here locally, so if you're local, I'm sure you can get Debbie to sign it for you.
Where do you buy it?
You can get these anywhere online now. I think they're on Amazon. You can get them there. You can get them directly from her here locally. And it's a wonderful book, and actually I'm in it somewhere. There's a picture of me when I went to the older folks' home with them to visit. And we were all masked up because it was during COVID and we couldn't actually go inside, but we waved at them through the window and had the little minis with us. So they're incredible. They have 18 or 19 of these little minis at their home that they take 2 years to train, so they don't have to wear a bag going into the hospital. They tap their foot on the ground a couple of times that they want to go out. So a lot of work and time goes into the comfort and joy they bring to a lot of people. So you could have this book and bring someone some joy this Christmas. So just a suggestion before I forget. We are wrapping it up. Archie, thank you. Jesse, thank you for joining us from Boynton Beach. We're going to say some special pairs for your Frenchie this week.
Yes.
And yours.
Lorenzo
and Henry.
With his own Instagram.
Maybe they could get together at the Steeple Chase.
There you go. Yeah, we'll bring Henry. Yeah.
We'll have a Frenchie show. Whether you're in Ocala, Marion County, Florida, the horse capital of the world or not, happy horsing around until the same time next week.